Hey, what is going on, Fan Clan? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Danny Phantump. Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you're having a great week so far. If you celebrated the 4th of July yesterday, I hope you had a wonderful, safe, fun time filled with fireworks and good food and family and friends and all that good stuff. I decided, hey, Fanny, it would be a great idea if you cut some watermelon and then removed part of your finger while doing it. So the great news is that the watermelon was pretty much unaffected at all. I did have to switch knives, but I decided to remove the top portion of my finger. It was not my best decision ever, not my worst decision ever, but not a very good decision. So it hurt really, really bad. It was very, very gross. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I'm just going to hope that eventually it heals over time. I digress. We move on. I also want to say thank you guys so much for all of the new subscribers, all of the support that you've given me over the past few days. We tried to get to 70,000 subscribers by July 4th. We came up a little bit short. We still need like 30 more in order to get there, but I really, really appreciate all that you guys did. Seriously, it's amazing. If you guys do enjoy the content, please hit that subscribe button down below. Go back, watch the video that we posted last week, Thursday and Friday, because there's giveaways involved. Evolving Skies Booster Box, 6 Premium Collection Eevee boxes from Pokemon Go. It's going to be super cool. Speaking of Pokemon Go, I want to talk to you guys about it because, like every set, we like to take a look at what Pokemon cards for a new set are selling for on the day of release and then kind of get a snapshot feeling for how much they tank right away after release. So I've got some fun graphics pulled up here. We're going to look at things very, very different than what I expected. I'm going to be the first one to admit I was a little bit wrong in some of these areas. We did see some decent drops, some decent dips in some of these cards, but not nearly as much as what I thought in some other ones. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flip you guys around so you can take a look at what I'm talking about. We're just going to kind of go in order of price. This set is fairly easy to achieve. We've talked about that multiple times. You're looking at about 700-ish packs roughly on average in order to complete a master set. You might be saying, hey Fanny, who's going to be spending that much money on Pokemon cards to open packs? You'd be surprised. Otherwise, go out, buy singles. They are continuing to go down, and I do think that these will continue to fall as the weeks go on. A lot of people are just kind of getting that FOMO feeling, maybe trying to get the first in for grades, whether it be PSA, CGC, Beckett, whatever the case may be. But some of these prices are a little bit higher than what I anticipated them being. We're going to start out with that Mewtwo V alternate art, which is pretty much the chase of just about everybody in this set. This card has fallen considerably down to that $72.73 price point. So you can see right here these three numbers. The top one, the 107.31, that's the price that it was listed at Friday morning on TCG Player. So we went off, basically just took screenshots of everything on Friday morning to see where things were at, and then I took followed up last night, so late last night on July 4th. So they may have even changed a little bit overnight, but these were pretty much up to minute when I was kind of calculating everything. So 72.73 is where it fell over those few days, and you expect a lot of Pokemon Go product to be getting open. There was a ton of kind of communication and content on various social media platforms like YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, everybody saying that they really, really enjoyed this set. A lot of people really getting into it, kind of re-downloading the Pokemon Go app because they did appreciate the pull rates and appreciate this set so much. So a lot of product that was open. I expected drops to be even more severe than what they were. Not too bad of a drop for the Mewtwo V. 32.22%, much lower than where it was pre-order pricing when you were looking at close to $1,000 in some areas. Those didn't sell. Nobody bought those. They waited for the set to release, which is great. Really good idea. Pull rate's not too terrible for this set. 32% drop, not bad at all. Then we look at that Mewtwo Rainbow Rare V-Star. This one not as bad. Also, 66.77 is where it was when the set released on Friday. It dropped down to 49.38 as of last night. So about 50 bucks. You saw about a 26% drop on that Rainbow Rare V-Star. A little bit more severe of a drop for the Mewtwo V-Star. It also surprises me that the gold card is cheaper than the Rainbow Rare. Usually it's the other way around, especially because people aren't as excited about Rainbow Rares as they once were when they first started coming out in the Sun and Moon block. People are kind of sick of them for a lot of people. But the Mewtwo V-Star Gold card, really, really cool. Cheaper than what I thought it was going to be. So 63.62 is where it was upon release on Friday. It dropped 29.11% down to that $45.10 mark. So not too bad of a drop. Again, you're looking at less than 30%, which for a new set, you're looking typically around 50 to 60% for a lot of these banger cards. So not too terrible. Then we get to the Radiant Charizard. In this one, one is interesting to me because we talked about Radiant cards, not FOMOing over them. We looked at pull rates. We know that you're going to get about 2 per booster box, even though there's not a booster box in Pokemon Go. Every 36 packs, you're going to pull approximately 2. So 1 out of every 18 packs, you're going to pull a Radiant card. Not necessarily a Radiant Charizard, but one of the big 3, whether it be Blastoise, Venusaur, or Charizard. So looking at that data, $32.96 is where it was when it opened on Friday. And I thought to myself, okay, this is it. It's going to drop down to about $15, $20 after the weekend. Give it a week, it'll drop down to about $13, $12, somewhere around there. And then after a couple weeks, it'll be a $10 or less card. I was mistaken. I'll be the first one to admit I was very wrong when it came to this. This card actually increased over the weekend. When I was looking last night, it was almost up to $41, $40.79. Now, that could be attributed to many different things. It could be attributed to a lot of people kind of seeing these price tags for Charizard. I saw a lot of companies, a lot of stores, a lot of owners, a lot of people who just do rip and chips kind of blasting this Charizard, saying, hey, $60, $75, $80, whatever the case may be for this card. And that might have put blinders up on some people who pulled it, asking too much, or saying, hey, if I can find this card for cheaper than $60, $70, $80, then I'm going to buy it. And then all of a sudden the price goes up on TCG Player. Or it could have been, again, that FOMO feeling, wanting to be the first one to get a graded 10 or somewhere close to that, so they could have bought them up, so that way they could send them out, get them graded right away, and then try and flip them for profit. But you're looking at $32.96 on Friday. It jumped up to $40.79 on Monday, so that's a 23.7%, 23.76% increase over that span of a few days, which is very interesting. I still think that this card is going to fall pretty hard. I still think you're looking at a $10 card after a couple weeks, but I was very surprised at how it did over the weekend. If we look at the Dragonite V-Star, this one saw a severe drop, and this is more of what we're used to. $85.18 is where it was selling on Friday morning. It dropped all the way down to $35.42. That is a huge, huge drop. You're looking at 58.42%. Then we've got the Mewtwo V-Star actually doing really well. Not bad at all. $17.07 is where it opened up on Friday. Last night when I checked, $18.10 was the going rate right now for a Mewtwo V-Star. Lots of different contributing factors. First of all, the Mewtwo V-Star, obviously a collectible card. People like it, but a very competitive card, a very playable card. And with World Championships coming up right away next month in August, people are starting to kind of do their prep work in. They want to make sure that they get their copies of Mewtwo V-Star, especially if it ends up being something that's going to be played a lot at Worlds. And if it is, then you want to make sure that you have your copy, your 4 of your playset, whatever the case may be. So you're looking at a 6% increase on just that Mewtwo V-Star. It wouldn't surprise me if it stayed around this mark or went up to about that $20 mark, depending on how well it does in testing phases. Then we've got the Spark Rainbow Rare here, $9.98 for a Rainbow Rare when the set released on Friday. It did go up quite a bit, actually, so it's up to $14.11, which is a 41.38% increase over the past few days, which is very interesting to me. Rainbow Rares are difficult to pull in this set. You're looking at pull rates for Rainbow Rares very similar to what we saw for Astral Radiance and Brilliant Stars, so it doesn't surprise me too much that this card did increase. $9.98 might have been a little bit too low of a starting point on Friday, but it did increase. This alternate art Conkeldurr took a huge hit, one of the biggest hits in the set. 64.72% is where it dived down to. 37.47 is where it was selling on Friday, which also isn't that bad of a price for an alternate art card. And then it dropped all the way down to $13.22. So it's making a run at that Sandaconda, which is like the lowest, cheapest alternate art ever printed. 64.72% drop is absolutely massive. Then we've got the Rainbow Rare Candela, which was $14.98 when it came out on Friday. This one was more expensive than the Spark Rainbow Rare. It did drop only about 12%, so 11.88%, down to $13.20. Then we've got the Radiant Blastoise. All 3 Radiant cards increased in price. The Radiant Blastoise was $10.26 when the set came out on Friday. It jumped up to $13.07 over the weekend, so it's sitting at 2.22% of an increase, which is fairly substantial. Then we've got the Radiant Venusaur right after it, which was down to $9.58 when the set released on Friday. It went up to $11.21 as of July 4th at night, so 17.01% of an increase. Not too bad at all for those Radiant cards. Then we've got the Professor's Research. This one dipped a little bit more than the other Rainbow Rare cards. $13.99 is where it was selling on Friday. It dropped down to $10.36, which is about a 26% drop. The Melmetal VMAX took a huge hit. down almost 50%. It was $20.35 when the set released on Friday, dropped down to $10.27 now. The Egg Incubator, $11.59 when the set came out on Friday. This is a secret rare gold card, went down to $8.83 already for a gold card, which is a 23.81% drop. These peelable Ditto cards are huge in demand for people. I don't know what is going on. I never would have expected this. This spinner rack. So first of all, the Holo Ditto, which is a very playable card. The Holo Ditto is selling for about $8 to $9 just as a holographic rare, which is very interesting to me. But the spinner rack had a 108% increase. You heard that right, 108%. Now I know the Bidoof went through buyouts. The spinner rack was just hanging steady. The new Mal was just hanging steady, gaining, and now you're looking at a 108% increase over the weekend. I don't know if there's buyouts happening, if a group is just like, hey, we want to buy these, make them so that they're tough for people to find, but you're looking at a $4.06 card, just for basically a reverse holo common or uncommon, which is what spinner rack is, but the holo rare under it is obviously Ditto. So I don't know if it's driven more by the Holo Ditto that's underneath it, or if it's driven more by the fact that it's this gimmick that a lot of people really enjoy. But you're looking at a 108% increase, which is absolutely insane. Bidoof, very, very close. Started out at $4 and a penny on Friday. It has risen to $7.95, which is a 98.25% increase. We'll talk about New Mel in just a second. We've got the secret rare lure module, which went from $9.64 as that's a secret rare that on release day that was under $10 down to $7.46. That is a 22.61% drop. And then we've got the new Mal here, $3.84 is what it was selling for on Friday. Again, those gimmicks, that peelable card, just a lot of people apparently really interested in it. $7.38 is its going rate currently as of last night, 92.19%. I don't know. Again, let me know in the comment section what you think. If people just want the Ditto for the competitive appeal or allure to it, or if they just really want the gimmick. Then we've got the Full Art Professor's Research here, $9.64 on Friday. It dropped down to $7.14, which is a 26% drop about. The Dragonite V, which I absolutely love the card art on this one. I think it looks really, really cool. It was $10.12 on Friday when the set came out. It dropped down to $7.02 now. It's a 30.63% drop. We've got just 4 more that we're going to go over here. The Dragonite V-Star. This one saw the biggest drop out of all the cards in the set, went from $13.37 on Friday to $3.74. So a V-Star that's selling for $3.74 after only a couple days in release is insane. That's a 72% drop. Then we've got the Full Art Conkeldurr V. That was $3.53 on Friday, already fairly cheap. Dropped 4.25% down to $3.38. The Alolan Executor V went from $4.09 down to $3.15. That's a 23% drop. And then the Melmetal VMAX went from $3.84 down to $1.71, which is a significant drop down to $55.47. So if I were you and I was looking at filling out a master set, just opening up some product but not opening up much, now you're looking at starting to transition to buying some singles, I would focus on some of these cheaper ones. This bottom row right here, Dragonite V-Star, Conkeldurr V, Alolan Executor V, Melmetal VMAX, all really, really cheap, all really affordable. These other ones here, I think, are going to continue to drop more and more, especially these Radiant cards. I don't see them holding this ground for this long, especially considering the fact that pull rates are as good as what they are. Rainbow Rares might go down a little bit more, and these peelable Ditto cards, I don't understand if they're going to continue in this pattern, because if they do, Pokemon's going to want to continue doing gimmicks like this moving forward. This is very interesting to me to see and track how these cards are performing. So definitely let me know in the comment section down below what you think. Leave a like and a comment because it goes a long way for the algorithm. Most importantly, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Share the video with as many people as you possibly can. Help the Fan Clan get to 100,000 subscribers, and we will do some free vintage booster box openings. I can't wait. I can taste it. It's going to be so great. Yeah. Thank you so much for everything, guys. Hopefully, soon I will be back with all 10 fingers, but probably not tomorrow. So I'll see you then with only 9. Until then, guys, thanks a lot. Peace!